You are watching the breakdown on the Ugo Amadi Football Channel.
So Chelsea took on Newcastle and smashed them 2 goals to 1 at Stamford Bridge. So happy days, very good result. I know I've done the initial reaction to the game, give my review of the game 2-1. So I wanted to have a bit of a breakdown. Let me know if you like this content, and I'll keep bringing it to you. So let's dive straight in. So first off, the first thing that caught my eye, or the first thing that we should look at today, is the starting lineup. For me, like I always said, I never ever like seeing players being played out of position. Never like seeing a right back playing at left back. And so when I saw this lineup, I was like, Enzo Maresca, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? Having Gusto play at left back again when you have Cucurella, you have Vega on the bench. But actually, when the game started, I could see, or at least what I could see, my own opinion with my eyes, is Reece James wasn't actually playing as a fullback, but rather he was playing in this sort of weird role, or should I say special role. I've not seen before in my I've not seen before, but maybe you might have seen it. Um, and that's a sort of floating centre back. So sometimes you see him at left centre back, other times you see him at right centre back, and he was just mopping up things. And then you had your Lavia and you had your Caicedo in the heart of the midfield, and of course Cole Palmer in the 10 role, and you had Pedro Neto out on the left. And like I've always said, Pedro Neto is more suited to playing as an orthodox left winger and not an inverted right winger. And he showed it. Yes, he showed it in the game yesterday. His pace, his trickery, and the ability to put the first time ball in. I know a couple of times we did see him play out on the right, but it was mainly as a left winger, while Nani Madueke played predominantly, as inverted right winger, with of course Nicholas Jackson being the lone, what I call the lone striker, but actually playing that number 9 role. So the game was, I think, brilliant, but certain execution or lack of execution issues were there for everyone to see. So for me, a good performance all round, but certain things to pick out on. And then, of course, Sanchez, always an issue with Sanchez, always an issue with Sanchez. He's playing out from the back, you know, he never feels anyone with confidence. So for me, I think what's going to happen with Sanchez is he's being, or rather, what's happening with Sanchez is he's being fattened up. I'm sorry to use this sort of illustration. If you have a chicken and you want to, you know, you're trying to get it set for Christmas, maybe you buy a chicken and you feed in the chicken, you get chicken real fat and nice. So during Christmas, you have a sumptuous chicken to have for, on your Christmas dinner table. So I think that was happening with Sanchez, giving him game time, let him um, make 1 or 2 saves, and at least get into the eyes of other clubs, maybe would be suitors, and they could come take him off our hands. And what I think is Mike Penders, not even Jorgensen, Mike Penders might be, the actual number one come the 2025-2026 season, just as you have, Esteban William coming in, you have Kenny Pies coming in. I think Mike Penders would be, the goalkeeping prodigy that would be, between the goal sticks. So that's what I think. But Sanchez, yet again, has certain issues. Fofana, my problem with Fofana is that he always dallies too long on the ball. For a centre back, I understand playing out from the back. But playing out from the back means you get the ball instantly. You know what you want to do. You're giving it to your left, to your right back. You're giving it to your central defensive partner. You're giving it to the goalkeeper, quickly. You're not supposed to holding the ball and taking multiple touches that you don't need to. So, in my opinion, Wesley Fofana has to get that out of his game, or else I think he could see himself either gone, in the summer transfer window for next season, or straddling the bench come January, in my opinion. And then in the midfield, Lavia and Caicedo, perfect partnership, perfect partnership. I know people were saying, oh, in the Liverpool game, you had Lavia, you had Caicedo, but they had issues getting the ball to Palmer, getting the balls to the forward players, forgetting the fact that the pass or the assist, for Jackson's goal was actually from a Caicedo pass. It was actually from a Caicedo pass. So all you talk about Caicedo not being creative, Lavia not being creative, or not being good on the ball, or as good on the ball as maybe your Enzo Fernandez. For me, those are just maybe some stereotypes that people don't want to give up just yet. But I think Caicedo and Romeo Lavia are very, very good. And I think Enzo Fernandez he has a battle on his hands to actually get back into that midfield spot, because I think Lavia and Caicedo have it locked down at the minute. And then let's look more at the game. Palmer scores an early goal. I think it was 4 or 5 minutes into the game, and it was ruled out for offside. Now you can say it was rightly ruled out for offside but I would say it was way for thin margin. And the issue that I have with this is, when I come to talk about Newcastle goal, the issue I have with this is the lack of consistency that makes me think that the PGMOL, the FA, there's some element of corruption in the way things are done. Because if you could rule that off for offside, if you could rule Cole Palmer's goal off for offside with a wafer thin margin, yet you didn't give the penalty, in the Liverpool game when Trent fouled Sancho in the 18-yard box, then what are we talking about? And even in this game as well, in the build-up to Newcastle goal, although, two things can be true. Chelsea could have defended that goal better. 1000% could have defended that goal better. That's one. And Alexander Isak was also offside twice. He was offside twice in the build-up. The first ball that came in, he was offside on that count, and the one that he eventually latched onto the ball and tapped into the net front of his Hall, he was actually offside. But they ruled it onside. Okay, no one's going to cry because we got the 3 points, so not going to cry too much about that one. So 1-1, end of the first half, and then beginning of the second half, at this early part of the second half, Cole Palmer gets to go. Wonderful goal. Before I continue on that point, his pass into Neto, for Neto's assist for Jackson was beautiful. Beautiful, exquisite. And I'll go back to this point. All of you that have been out there loving Pochettino, stand by Pochettino, or play Palmer as a right winger, he just wouldn't work. I keep saying this. One thing you must have as a winger, which Cole Palmer doesn't have, is electric pace. He has every other thing: vision, skill, technique on the ball, passing range, exquisite left foot, but he doesn't have pace. And if you don't have pace, every average fullback in the Premier League will eat you like dinner, would have you for dinner. So there's no point playing him there. In that 10 role, he's able to move between the lines, drop in deep sometimes, get the ball, and control play. So the attack flows through him. And that's what I was calling for, whilst Pochettino was the coach of Chelsea. I was calling for that. Let Palmer be that 10 behind the striker, behind the front three, so he controls and coordinates the attack. So happy days, Cole Palmer gets the second goal. The team was a bit shaky, in my opinion, after that goal. Was a bit of a ding-dong affair. Enzo Fernandez was brought on to see if he could bring some sort of control to the game. He came, I think he tried, he did his best, he did what he could actually do. But end of the day, going home with the win. I want to talk about something again. Back to VAR decisions, back to refereeing decisions. Nkunku had a legitimate penalty claim, and the referee, in my opinion, made the right decision. Now, you can say it was soft, but there was contact. And this is where I call the reputation or the integrity of VAR and the PGMOL in the Premier League into question. Because, one, was there contact? Yes, there was contact. Was it soft contact? Yeah, maybe you say it was a soft contact, but there was contact. Burns pulled Nkunku down. So there was contact. That was a penalty. And VAR stops that, gets the referee to go to the monitor and watch. And my question is, you going to the monitor as the referee, what did you see? Did you suddenly didn't when you went to the monitor, you suddenly didn't see any contact anymore? Sure, there was still contact. So why why did you upturn the decision? So for me, the only thing I would say is happy days Chelsea indeed came up with a win, but I feel that VAR are trying, or rather the PGMOL and a lot of officials are trying to write stories, trying to write narratives, and are using VAR and all that as the instrument for writing those stories. Look at the Manchester United game as well. You know, Delic didn't even move his leg. He didn't even, it's not like move his leg and he stamped it on the ground and made contact with Ings. He didn't even move his leg. The player, it was even a Western player that moved his leg in the direction, his foot in the direction of Danny Ings, and then the referee gives the penalty, going to look at VAR. So sometimes VAR, when it's so obvious that the referee has missed something out, they say, "Oh, we don't want to re-referee the game." But when it's clear the referee didn't even miss anything, they're going to say, "Oh, referee, you go into VAR and check." So, well, anyways, back to the game. One thing I want to say about Nicholas Jackson, I have been critical of him this season, and I may still be critical of him this season, but he's been doing the business, he's been finishing his dinner, scoring goals, and that's all you can ask of a striker. Whether you want to say um, the goal against Newcastle was laid on the plate for him, it doesn't matter. As long as you get there, you finish it. Because we saw him last season, in moments last season, that he missed those sort of chances. And we've seen strikers as well. In time past, last season, this season, missed those sort of chances. So don't even say it's a tapping, because it takes a lot of skill, a lot of patience to make sure you're not offside, to make sure the defender doesn't, um, block your play, and to make sure you have the composure to actually combat those chances. So, in my opinion, fair to Jackson, and Jackson has joined the list. He's now the fifth, fastest Chelsea player to the fifth fastest Chelsea player to 20 goals. Now, on that list, of course, you had a Chelsea madman, Diego Costa. He tops that with 26 appearances. He got 20 goals. How amazing! How amazing he was, And the media were trying to get everyone to hate Diego Costa, but it was phenomenal. Cole Palmer, 27 games to get to 20 goals. Hasselbank, 33 games to get to 20 goals. Mark Stein, 37 games to get to 20 goals, and Nicholas Jackson, 44 games to get 20 goals. So he's in very, very good company, in my opinion. And then some interesting numbers from the game, match starts. So Levi Colwell, most clearances. And like I said, this season is actually improved. And one reason, the main reason is actually improved and is now showing what he can do is this. He's a centre back actually playing in a centre back role. How about that? A centre back actually playing in a centre back role. Then again, I say all of you that were lovers of Pochettino, or what do you call it, Pochettino stan fans, or whatever he did was right. You can see Levi Cole. Some people even wanted Levi Cole to be sold, but now you see him playing him in the right position. You see him scoring goals. Then Caicedo, most tackles, 3. So he's improved really this season, been phenomenal this season as well. Romeo Lavia, highest pass rate, that's pass completion, 95+%. So you see when I say he's very, very good on the ball, he's like the best bits of Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. If you combine those, the best bits of Enzo Fernandez and Moses Caicedo, you have Romeo Lavia. And then most interceptions, Kayseri game with 3, Pedro Neto successful dribbles 3, playing him as an orthodox left winger. That's his best position, and that's where I think he can actually stake a claim and make it difficult for the likes of Mikhailo Mudryk and Jadon Sancho, in my opinion. I want to know what your thoughts are on everything. So, um, we're almost getting to the end of the video, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you're notified each time a video comes on the channel, whether it's a live stream or a pre-recorded video such as this one. And then most justice created as well, Pedro Neto. So with 3 chances. So you can see the team is really improving, but one thing that we need to get right is the composure. Getting composed when you have that 1-0 lead. And I'm sure that's what Enzo Maresca wants. You don't want the game to be a ding-dong affair, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's something that needs to be in check. And Wesley Fofana, he dallies too much on the ball. Too much on the ball. Wesley Fofana, he dallies too much on the ball, in my opinion. Playing out from the back doesn't mean being an absolute idiot at the back. It doesn't mean taking every risk possible at the back. It means playing out from the back. That's what it means. Your short pass, long passes, get them out on time when you should. And then Sanchez, like I said, Sanchez is being fattened up. So some club, it gets into the eyes of some clubs, make them interested. Maybe a club in Spain, maybe a newly promoted club in the Premier League, and maybe a club in the Serie A, maybe in the French league. Because he has Premier League experience playing at a high level. That could be good, especially if Chelsea go on to win, the Conference League, and then maybe another domestic cup, maybe the Carabao Cup, maybe, or even the FA Cup. And then who knows, that makes him look very, very good, very enticing in the eyes of shooters, and he can go. And I think, like I said, Mike Penders will be the one to be the number 1 goalkeeper coming in next season. And I'd like to make one honorable mention. He's someone that is always criticized. Noni Madueke was actually very good, phenomenal. He puts in that defensive shift, to cover up the fullback position sometimes, and he chases runners back, he tracks back, and he is also creative on the ball. He created a chance for Pedro Neto. Unfortunately, Pedro Neto could only hit the frame of the post with his header, but all in all, a good performance. But aspects of the game, but aspects still need to be improved on for sure. So Wednesday, I'm heading to play Newcastle in a Carabao Cup game, and hopefully on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, I'll be doing my preview to that game. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel and click the notification bell so you know when that video comes up. So at this time, I'll say thanks for watching and do have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.